Alright, so the next part is going to be the feet of the Unicorn Gundam Perfect Grade. Some parts, after cleaning up everything, I began putting on some of the polycaps on a few parts, mainly this part here, which is kind of difficult to put on if you're not careful what you do. But once you put on these hexagon-based polycaps, you take this part here and then you will line them up until they fall into place like so. And keep it like that in this position like so as well. So while that's here, you grab this polycap, position it with the flat surface facing up. I was going to say put this one on, but you take this part here, which has this part that I put on a polycap here. That one goes right through here. Then we take this and connect that through there, like so. And that completes this. Once that's done, you flip this around till it goes all the way like that. Then this part, which represents the I guess the toes, I'll put one part here. Make sure that it's in this position, like that. And then take this one and close it up. So this pretty much represents the footsies, you could say. Now, put this to the side for a minute. We'll take this part. We'll take this polycap that goes through like so. Now it doesn't say which one, which side to put this part in, but it only requires one side. And make sure that the pegs, or the side pieces, as you can see, are facing outwards. Then, taking this part, you take this part here. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it wrong. You take this part. You slide it in like so. Then turn it around. Make sure that this goes here through this hole, and then you close it up. There you go. Now, by looking at how this is positioned, you feel compelled to push it down. Do not push it down yet, because you need to put this part in here. Make sure that this portion, whereas you see those two notches, are facing like so, and it goes through under it, and push it up. And then still feeling compelled not to push it down. You don't want to, because you want to put this cover here, and that goes into place. Once that's complete, then bring it down. If you accidentally push it down, you're going to have a hard time yanking it off, but it will not damage the part, thankfully. Then, taking the clear parts here, sliding it down like so until it looks like that. Now, going back to this, you have these inner the cycle frame parts, which I'm a bit curious as to the reasons why we have it down here. I'll explain that later on once I'm done. So putting this on, clearly the opposite side, we have the white parts that go on this. So this completes this part. But moving on to this is the actual ankle joint that connects this foot to the leg. You take this part here, and you'll see that they're different on two sides. You'll have one that has an open peg slot and one with a closed. You want to keep it on the closed side. And then taking these, slide these two parts in here with this ball peg facing inwards. And you'll notice that once you push it in, it'll go up and down. This is not a problem. Do not glue this. It needs to be like that, because this is the one that holds that that front armor part that goes that goes above the foot, and this is the connector that goes on it. One goes here, and one goes there. I'm only going to slide it in a bit because I don't want to commit to it all the way. And make sure you're sanded properly so that the top side doesn't show that's scarred up or anything like that. If it is, make sure you sand it out pretty good. Now, the joints are the most difficult part to work with, and the toughest. You take one of these parts, make sure it's faced in this position. We'll keep that for now. We'll use the smaller part here. This goes from the top. You want to use the polycap number 2 and make sure that the hexagon shape with the smaller end is facing inwards. Push it in all the way, then feel it through with this one until it goes all the way in. You may have to work with the, with a board or something like that to make sure it goes all the way in. Now, this is the tough part. Take the palm part, the plastic part, which is identical to the PVC part, and with pressure try to get it in there. It is tough as hell. Try to find a way to get it in. It should go in all the way like you see here. Then close it up. Now this is the top part, so it has to be in this position. Now, there is one thing that I nearly forgot to mention. These joints, these parts here, has a little notch. And the notch is in a specific angle, as you can see right there. The manual dictates that when you put these on, it should be like that. Bear in mind when you do this because it is a pain in the ass to remove them. So let's finish this up quickly. You want to make sure that the orientation is fine. Okay, that goes down here. Sorry. Because these things, once they're in, they're in. Don't even think of removing them. Not even if you want to. Alright, so they go in nice and smooth. Then you have this back part here, and there's these two polycaps that go one here, and the other one here. These two, of course, you want to close them up, like so. Now, you'll have a notch here, which has to look like this. And I had to feel this out, but you want to put, you're compelled again to put this one here and here and then put this on. No. Put this one on first, because there's a spacing here that won't go through all the way unless you put it in here. Once you put it in through the two holes right there, then take this, slide it in, and there we go. So it looks like that. Then take this, make sure it's like that, and then put it in like that. And that pretty much completes the feet, which I'm noticing a goof. I can fix that. That's no big deal. Removing that's not an issue. Now, quick question, and well, not quick question, but it's something I noticed. Even though the leg has lights to reflect the these parts, there's no light fixtures that goes down to the feet to illuminate it once it's in destroy mode. Strange and a bit curious, but maybe they couldn't do that, as they couldn't go that far down while affecting the mobility of the suit. Oh well, what can you do? Let's move on to the next part of the build. So the next part of the leg build will be the joint that connects the leg to the waist unit, and the side armor parts with these clear parts. We're going to focus on the joint because it's several parts here. One part in particular, you want to make sure that that this small part here goes in first, followed by this with the little notches facing outwards like that. It goes all the way in, so it looks like that. Then on this side we'll take the PC part, while on this side we want to put the POM part, the strong plastic part here. And this is a bit tough, so you want to make sure, you may want to try it on the plastic part first and then the regular the hard one, because this thing is a bitch. It is a bitch to get it in there, but once you get it in, well, let's just say, if you can get it in, there we go. It is tough. There we go. Now, I should show you this right here. This is the once you put this on, you cover this part here. But using a sanding sponge, here we go, like so, there's a little bit of a line there. You want to sand that down and smooth it out, so that way when you paint this, it's nice and smooth. I was moving stuff around. I can't seem to find my lighter grit sanding. Oh, here it is. Actually, this is the. This could work. There we go. So now you want to put this in here, and it goes down nice. And then, of course, when you paint it, it'll smooth it out, so it'll look good. So this part is done. I'll put this over here to the side. Now, according to the manual, there's the back armor part, which is that little flap thing that shows the hidden thrusters. But we're going to omit that, of course. We're going to go to the next part, and that is the side armor parts. We're going to use this for now. This part is, of course, very unique. I've always remember seeing this in both high grade and master grade. And you want to put it in here, like so. Now, this part is very, very unique. I'm going to take this part here and this in this position. I'm going to lock that in. Whoops, I'm sorry, that position. I'm going to lock that into place like so. And then flip it around like so until it looks like that. See? Then, taking these two parts here, stick one there, stick one there, and then stick it in here until it snaps into place. If you don't hear the snap, maybe it didn't go in through, but it should stay into place, of course, once you put the armor parts on it. The same process holds true. Well, no, not the same process. This one's different. This one, you have this part here, and you take the longer parts. Put that one here, and I'll put that one there, and you put it in there. There, that snaps into place. And of course, this one didn't go through properly, so you want to do it one more time. Come on. You know what, I'm not going to force it because eventually I'm going to have to remove these because of these parts. So we'll leave it there for now. And then of course we have this part here that latches onto place like so. This is of course supporting one of the armor parts that goes on it. So that completes one side. I've already did this ahead of time. I'll do this quickly so we can get this out of the way. During the process of this build, I'm cataloging which part I'm going to need to remove and paint separate, while there are parts out there that will stay into place and will of course be painted right over. I see a part here that I didn't sand down or remove the flash. That's another thing. Even though I'm cleaning up all the flash on all these clear parts, I hate to have one of these flash parts show up at the end of the build. So there we go. That completes the side armor parts and the joint of the leg. Let's continue on.